straight onto a gear crate. And you get a track task here as well. But before you do the track task, you've got, again, there's normally more deviants here. You've got that bin. That bin. Bins are normally a great source. Where did you come from? I didn't even see you. We take that one. Another bin here. So I love my bins. Love my dumpster diving. Okay, we're a bit hungry. So let's eat some food. Steak combo. Thank you very much. This one has one of those in. So we get that. A little bit more stuff around there. That's gone. Okay. You wouldn't normally have to stop for this, but we will in this case. That's just the leakage thing. But we come into this house. Again, normally loads of deviants, or somebody's left that up there. Into the storage box. Off the desk, and then into the weapon crate. Straight into the weapon crate. Weapon crate done. There's normally a deviant in this room as well. Straight across here, tons of desks. This place is amazing, again, for looting desks, which, again, often are great for patterns. If you're into carpets and wallpapers and all that sort of stuff for your base building, these are great places to look. Okay, that's complete. Again, normally you've got more deviants up there. That one is always a booby trap. And then again, look. So many. And again over here. And I'm saying this and I haven't got a single pattern from it yet. But when you're doing it, like most days... Ooh, what have we got here? Elite. Ooh, thank you very much. Lunar Whisper, Lunar Crate. Hang on, let's deal with you. And again, I wouldn't normally do this. It's just because there's elites here and there's a crate right outside the door. I'd normally go out the way I came in. I'm just going to loot this, though. Oh, shit. More. Mother trucker. Ah, fuck. It's because I have no cover here. And I forgot I'm in tier 4. Anyway, let's go and do this. Not what I was looking for. That's a 120 crate. So that's definitely worth it. I'll leave him for a sec because I actually want to finish my route. So you come back out the main door. Round here, kill that guy. Normally, you'll find a few more mobs and an elite here. There's no elite here this time. There's normally an elite here. So you get to loot him as well. Like I say, this server does seem to be incredibly busy. Surprisingly busy. Right, and then there should be a weapon crate in here. There it is. Around here, dumpster dive. And normally there's an elite here, a balloon head. Normally a balloon head here. Ugh, I'm having a drink. How rude. I have to make a little detour to get the rift anchor. I wouldn't normally come this way. But yeah, it should be a balloon head elite as well. So a lot of the elites are gone. There we go, do that. Oh look, balloon head. But normally there's an elite balloon head. There's an elite balloon head. So you do elite balloon head, and then you come back over this way. There's a lunar crate over here, so I am going to try and get it, because I do have time, and I do have the lunar whispers, right? So, and there's no bad guys around. I wouldn't normally come up here. What is it? It's a 75. No deviant. There's an elite. That one, no problem. Okay, he's dead. Cool, he nearly killed him. Got away with it. Okay, so then normally we come over here. And this is a good route if you want to farm lunar crates as well. Into this building, and you should find yourself, again, a few deviants and a gear crate. So there's a deviant. Bunch of loot on the shelves, but more importantly, here's the gear crate. And then we come out of here. Oh, look, we got a super anomaly. Leveled up to 46. We've got a crate. Somebody else has cleared all the bad guys. Oh, no, they haven't. It's only a 50 crate, though. Oh, we got a doe. Okay. We're getting lots of animals from lunar crates. Not really what I'm looking for, gotta say. So then we come through into the garage area. There's a weapon crate inside here. So we do that. A few deviants. Weapon crate is through here. There it is. We do that. Pick up the storage crate over here. Get my arrow back. That's the one thing I find with the crossbow, like compared to when I'm playing with sniper rifle. Often I shoot people at long range, but I don't have to go to where they are to get my bloody ammunition back. Normally there's an elite over here, but there's not right now. So you would kill the elite, and then you would come back this way. And then we go up the top. Normally there's a deviant in here. He's gone. And then we come up the top. And at the top here is an elite with the mystical. So, but with this elite, I like to have my my lone wolf whisper out. If he can actually go after the target. Wow, we just didn't need it. Look at that. Absolutely ruined it in tier 4 gear. Artisan's touch. Pick up the mystical. And then we run back this way. So we're complete, but we're nowhere near complete. There's tons of stuff to be had here. Tons. Right, there's a gear crate on top of the hospital. So we'll go and get that. Oh, hello. Thank you very much. Pick that up. Ooh. We didn't shock you. What? Are you unshockable? Wow, 3 arrows to get a shock on him. So you come in here. This is a good place for medical kit, obviously. There we go. That's done. Grey Mouse have been lurking for a while. Hope all is well. You know, keep lurking. Have fun. Well, again, I always appreciate a lurk, and thanks for stopping by. I always appreciate a little bit of a message to let you know you're about. at least saying hello. So thanks very much, Grey Mouser, as always. As always. We will be streaming pretty much every day now for the rest of the month. All sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff we're going to be streaming. Maybe we're even going to see a PoE 2 massive patch, new class, new ascendancies, new weapons. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe some Cyberpunk. I've still got a Cyberpunk playthrough to do as well. I've got my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. So Baldur's Gate 3 is probably the higher priority of them, outside of Once Human. But if a patch does come for Path of Exile, then I am going to want to do a bit of that. Okay, so that's all done. We come this way. There's a bin. There's normally a couple of decent bits of just loot lying on the ground. Sometimes you get a super anomaly in this area. But we pick this junk up, jump onto here, pick up the storage box, and then there's a crate. I think it's a weapon crate inside the petrol station. Or gas station. Kill him. Hello. Kill you. There's plenty of loot to get as well. Yeah, there's the weapon crate. Storage crate. Sometimes you get some good loot on the floor in here as well. And then get on the bike. Ignore this big building. Good vibes, man. Good vibes always. Good vibes always. And then we go to here. And you'll find yourself loot and a gear crate. And then we go round and up steps, up the top. And a storage crate. And then the bit that a lot of people forget is there's another gear crate and an elite. And it's actually at the top of this hill. A lot of people just don't even realise it's there half the time. So you go on top of here. And the gear crate's in the shed. And the elite is out. And there's a storage crate as well. Sometimes there's some good loot in the back room. Right, so here's the gear crate that people often miss. Sometimes you get some good loot in here. Sometimes it's garbage. And then you've got this. And there's the elite over there. There he is. It's pretty easy to kill, particularly if you've got a long-range weapon. And there you go. And that is a spot-on run that I would do on virtually a daily basis, or whenever I log in at least. You can do it in, bear in mind I'm doing it in like tier 4 gear during a Lunar Oracle phase. If you do it in tier 5 fully calibrated gear during the day without a Lunar Oracle phase, you can do it in 10 minutes. It's the time it takes you to run it. So you don't have to stop for anything. Right, so that one's done. Right, we did the other side quest here, so we just need to go into Blackfell now itself. Which I wouldn't, again, normally at this point I just go, right, teleport home, job done. But when you see how much loot we'll end up with, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. And it's, like I say, it's basic mats. It's your rubbers, your special plastics, and all of that type of stuff that you just really, really don't think about, but actually you generally need quite a few of. Right, where's the door again? We can actually sneak through here, right? Go in the side entrance. There we go. Okay. Poker face. I never answered. What did I never answer? This is the first message I've seen from you today, Pokerface. If you're talking about I'm on a PvP server, no. Though I have to confess, I did actually play some World of Tanks today. Yeah. I did play World of Tanks. And I played in the EK1, which is now by far my favourite premium tank they've ever had in a game. Because it's basically a premium Leopard 1. You're always glad to see me streaming. Well, I enjoy streaming, right? I do it as a hobby, you know. It's not like I'm doing it for a job or earning any money, so I enjoy doing it, and it's great to have you guys on board and have the chat and engage and everything. I know you like to see a bit of saltiness. Sometimes we can get salty for you. Not at the moment, but sometimes we can, depending on what we're playing. I mean, there is a battle pass and stuff that's just started, and there may come a time where I may stream some World of Tanks because I need to get stuff done. But at the moment, I'm just really enjoying playing single-player games, like RPGs in particular, like doing the story stuff, like Cyberpunk, Baldur's Gate, some of the survival games. I'm just really enjoying playing some of those games right now. And, you know, World of Tanks is hit and miss, but I was interested to see what they're doing with the matchmaker. You know, are they actually going to fix the matchmaker? The problem is, I'm still not sure they can fix the matchmaker until they fix the fact that all their premium tanks are totally overpowered. Not all, but there are premium tanks overpowered. Everyone's playing the same tank anyway. Why wouldn't you play the best tanks? But there you go. And unfortunately, from a PvP standpoint, the one game I would like to play, Battlefield 6, it's not out until 2026 from what I understand. But I love my Battlefield, so it would be cool to play Battlefield 6 when it comes out. So far, the leaks look really promising. Not going to lie. Really promising. Right. So we should have an absolute metric ton of good good stuff for gear, right? So first thing is, let's get rid of that. Production processing, and we need an advanced gear workbench. And then we need to get rid of this one, and we need an advanced supplies workbench. And then tier 5 gear, here we come. So critical pulse, tier 5. Yep, that's what I want. It's 5-star blueprint, not quite 6-star, but we're not that far off. Quipper's primary, yes please. Now let's get the outer space, also a 5-star blueprint. So I'll have that one, tier 5. Quipper's secondary. And the katana, also a 5-star blueprint. Need some 6-star weapon blueprints. We got 6-star armor, but not weapon. The leaks. So basically, there's a thing called Battlefield Labs right now, which people are doing. There's like a public test, invite only, under NDA. And people have leaked some gameplay footage, and EA and DICE are not taking the leaks down. I think mainly because the reaction to the leaked footage is positive, especially given it's pre-alpha. A lot of people saying they quite like it. So we got a 6-star Treacherous Tides. Now, this is the one time that I do really think about the skin I'm going to use. Right? So, Bear Skin gives us fullness damage reduction. So your damage reduction is plus 3% when you've got 100 energy. That's pretty nice, right? Because you're never really going to go without that. Sprinting less so. Weak spot reduction. I like the fact they've now put this at the bloody top. It was so hard to see before. Mid-air damage reduction, non-weak spot. Hydration damage reduction, which is the other one. Which is the croc. Hydration or fullness? Sprint damage. Danger damage. No. Do you know, I might go with the croc. Let's go with the croc, because I'm always going to be fully hydrated before going into big battles anyway. A leek is a vegetable. Okay. A serious leek is a vegetable with a emoji drawn on the front of it. Right, anyway. Tier 5 helmet. But good to see you, Pokerface. Good to see you. And for those on YouTube, we're streaming on YouTube and Twitch. So you can't always see the conversation from the other side. Right, Treacherous Tide. Treacherous Tide's top. This time, what are we going to go in this one? Cold resist. Don't really care about any of the resists. Max stamina for the wolf skin. No temperature, so we don't care about any of that. Lunar wolf skin. Lunar wolf skin's interesting here because you get max stamina plus 15 and then hip fire move speed and scoped in move speed plus 5%. The problem is, do I really use that a lot? I think I'm going to go with the max stamina. Okay, so we've got that. So that's fully tier 5'd. Right, pants. So we're going with our cool pants. These are amazing. I love the effect from this. So, again, I think the max stamina is the way I want to go with them. Never have too much HP. And equip, keep the mod. Right, gloves is Treacherous Tides. And this time, no herb seed yield, herb yield, logging mining yield, not really. But it's only on the final strike, that's the problem. Feather yield. Ugh, it's all yield stuff. Lunar Whisper yield. This is a good one. Yes. So we're going to get additional Lunar Whispers. So give me a bit of that. And equip. Right, and we got the boots. So we're now using the Renegade shoes. Most of the time I like the Bastille boots, which are Bastille. They give us a flat 10%, but we've switched to the Renegade to get the 15% reload speed. And if we have the Lunar Wolf skin, we get movement speed just flat 5%, which I love. So we're going to go with that. And equip. And then the final one is the mask, which is the Treacherous Tides, which will give us the full 4-piece. And what are we going to have here? Frost damage, impact crit, weak spot. Elemental damage plus 4%. And shock is elemental. Status damage 4%. Melee, behave. Any lunar stuff. Impact damage. 13% for lunar stuff. Or if I had one more lunar rabbit fur, you'd have plus 5%. Lunar wool. No, see, that's for every 10% decrease. No, I don't like that. So, I think we're going to go with the elemental damage from the rabbit fur. Okay. Right, let's now check what we've got. So we're using the specific scope, which comes with this already. And then we want to use the steel arrows and my little pumpkin charm, because why not? Mod, I think I'm going to stick with static shock. Do I want to stick with... I think so. Where is it? Yeah, power surge status duration -50, but plus 20 damage. Right, and with that we've got normal enemy crit, weapon, damage against elites. Weapon damage, damage reduction, status damage. No, I like the crit. It's got nice crit damage. In fact, it's quite a nice base. Like, you know, you've got two blues and a purple just as a base. Yeah, I mean, that's... This one's pretty nice as well. Status damage reduction. Violent static shock. Head damage reduction. See, I don't really like some of the sub-categories on it. And violent is nice. This is nice for the reload speed, but it's only on that. Okay, I think I'm going to stick with the one I've got for now. The second weapon then. I'm pretty happy with Surge Amplifier on this, and it's already 5/5 upgraded. We've got status damage 6% on it. Accessories. We want the purple magazine, because I want to boost mobility and reload speed. Tactics, we're going to go with the infrared indicator to boost aiming speed and stability. Boost aiming speed, mobility, stability. And then muzzle. Like that. So yeah, we've virtually doubled our stability on this weapon, which means you can just go ham. And also with the mobility increase, it's going to make it very mobile, which for a short range SMG works really well. And then the fabled Masamune is shock diffusion, which is fine. Okay. And then gear. Yeah, we're just going to keep... I'm not going to change any of the mods, actually. I'm happy with those. They've been working well, so let's go with that. Good. Excellent. So let's get rid of the garbage stuff. Let's make sure it's all the tier 4. I've done it before where I've made tier 5 and it hasn't gone into... I haven't equipped it, and then I've disassembled my tier 5, which was not a smart thing to do. Right, now, can we calibrate is the next question. So, yeah, so let's do this first. Critical pulse. So that's now calibration 4. And now we're maxed out. Calibration 6 at the moment. That's as far as we can go if we don't have any platinum crystal. So let's now do this one. Yeah, eats tungsten. Calibration 5. That's not bad. And calibration 2 on that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But look at that. We're up to 3,033 damage. I am going to replace the attribute as well. Right, so let's start calibrating this. So I'm going to calibrate